Penny Le Couteur, Napoleon's Buttons, How 17 Molecules Changed History. Step into an incredible journey to discover the profound impact of molecules on human history through the enthralling book, Napoleon's Buttons, How 17 Molecules Changed History, by Penny Le Couteur. This compelling summary will explore molecules' intricate roles in shaping major events, from the downfall of Napoleon's army to the evolution of the textile industry, the emergence of birth control, and the impact of rubber on cities. As you navigate the pages, you'll gain an understanding of the far-reaching consequences of molecular properties, the transformations they bring about, and the extraordinary ways these seemingly minute changes have contributed to shaping the world as we know it.
The role of molecules in history. Discover how the molecular composition of materials has impacted significant historical events, from Napoleon's Russian campaign to the rise of industry in England. Did you know that molecules have played a significant role in shaping human history? While we may not have learned about this in high school chemistry, the molecular composition of materials has had a profound impact on major events throughout recorded history. Take, for example, Napoleon's failed campaign in Russia. One theory attributes the rapid collapse of his army to the tin buttons on their uniforms, which crumbled into powder when exposed to low temperatures. This phenomenon, known as tin disease, left the soldiers defenseless against the harsh Russian winter. But the influence of molecules on history doesn't stop there. The humid climate of rainy northern England made it an ideal location for the expansion of the cotton industry, transforming the region from an agrarian society into a powerful industrial force. This, in turn, led to the implementation of legislation to improve working and living conditions. These examples demonstrate the crucial role that the properties of molecules can play in shaping our lives. Even the tiniest changes in molecular bonds can have significant consequences, impacting the course of history in ways we may never have imagined. The price of nutmeg. Nutmeg was the most prestigious spice in medieval Europe because of its supposed ability to ward off the Black Death. The Dutch and English fought over an atoll called Run since it was the only place nutmeg could grow year-round. The Dutch laid siege on Run, and the English retaliated by attacking the Dutch East India Company's ships, leading to 3 years of war. The treaty allowed the Dutch to keep Run, while the English took Manhattan. The power of citrus. How citrus prevented scurvy and opened up the world to exploration. Did you know that a simple citrus fruit could change the course of the world's exploration history? In the past, larger sailing vessels made it possible for ships to roam freely, but the crews suffered from a common disease known as scurvy. This ailment is caused by a lack of vitamin C, which is not found in the sailors' primary diet of salted meat and hard crackers. Scurvy resulted in more deaths than battles, pirates, and shipwrecks combined. To prevent the disease, sailors needed fruits and vegetables, but they were expensive and not seen as a viable option. Nevertheless, a Scottish surgeon named James Lind conducted the first controlled study of citrus juice in 1747, and he discovered that it could prevent scurvy. However, his finding was ignored for more than 40 years. The eventual acceptance of Lind's discovery led explorers like Captain James Cook to the Antarctic Circle and the Great Barrier Reef. Captain Cook's voyages were made possible by the consumption of citrus fruits by his crew. Without citrus, sailors would have been unfit to explore the world for extended periods, leading to a lack of geographical knowledge and discovery. In conclusion, the power of citrus cannot be overstated. It prevented a deadly disease, opened up new geographical frontiers, and allowed for exploration that has shaped the world we know today. The evolution of rubber. Rubber, which was first extracted from plants in Latin America, has come a long way since it was first used to make balls for games and other items. With the invention of the waterproof jacket and the versatile and practical form of rubber discovered by Charles Goodyear, rubber became essential to our mechanized society. The introduction of rubber into various industries, especially the vehicle manufacturing industry, helped in reducing the need for human labor in agriculture, thus enabling populations to shift toward cities. Rubber is also crucial to space travel as it is used to make the suits worn by astronauts and rockets and space stations. Although the majority of the rubber used today is a synthetic equivalent, the history of rubber is one of human ingenuity and innovation. The science behind the colors we wear. For thousands of years, natural dyes were used to tint garments, but they were costly, difficult to obtain, and prone to lose their intensity over time. However, in 1856, William Perkins stumbled upon the invention of synthetic dye, which revolutionized the textile industry. The invention ushered in the chemical industry, laying the foundation for the development of antibiotics, fertilizers, explosives, and plastics. The revolutionary pill. Before the development of the birth control pill, women had no effective means of birth control, resorting to dubious methods throughout history. However, two women, Margaret Sanger and Catherine McCormick, spearheaded efforts to create an affordable, reliable pill. By the mid-1960s, around 4 million women were taking the pill, leading to lower birth rates and increased opportunities for women in education and employment. It also played a pivotal role in expanding feminism and the sexual revolution of the 1960s. The plant-based origins of witches' healing. Witches, once known as herbal healers, were persecuted through the Inquisition for their use of plants as medicine, leading to the suppression of plant-based remedies and the criminalization of women as witches. Although the Christian Church allowed plant-based healing, they claimed it as religious miracles, and the rise of the pharmaceutical industry eventually led to the popularization of herbal medicines. The history of quinine. Malaria, a disease that affects millions of people worldwide, was once thought to be caused by marshland mists. The cure, however, was found in the bark of the cinchona tree, which contains quinine, the first antidote that could save countless lives. Quinine's popularity quickly grew around the globe, but the supply was limited, leading to smuggling of seeds and a race to cultivate the plants on other continents. The Dutch eventually became the major suppliers of quinine, making it one of the most profitable investments ever.
As we wrap up the book's summary, we reiterate the powerful role of molecules in shaping our lives and the course of history. Examining cases like Napoleon's tin buttons, the discovery of quinine, and the development of synthetic dyes, we learn that even tiny molecular changes can influence human behavior, social norms, industry advancements, and global events. Throughout Napoleon's buttons, Penny Lou Couture reveals the fascinating aspects of chemistry that connect us to the past, emphasizing that the unassuming molecules we encounter on a daily basis might have a much more significant impact on the world than we could ever imagine.